y'all. It's Fertility Queen. I am back with another Q&A. This one comes from Janine. Hi, Janine. You're going to know who you are. We've corresponded before. And yeah, it says, hi, it's me again. I know you'll be so glad when I quit bugging you with messages, but I just had to send a quick one to say that I saw the YouTube about your new BO product that you're selling on eBay and Amazon, and I'm so excited about it. The quality, the ingredients, the price sound perfect for me. And affordable, no, I've been wondering about when I actually start a program how I'd be able to afford Bountiful Breast or even Dr. Ron's, although they haven't gotten the ovary back in stock anyway, so I hope that when your business starts to boom that you will still keep the pricing somewhat accessible for people like me. Of course, not trying to raise prices on the product. I did a lot of research and I want to keep it competitive as well as affordable. And what I mean by competitive, quality-wise, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much competing with Swanson's pricing, as well as the quality of, let's say, Bountiful Breasts and Dr. Ron's formula. But what I'd like to say is shipping, we all know shipping's going to go up like every year or so. So you might have to pay more for shipping, but that's it. So the product itself, I'm trying to keep it at that price point unless for whatever reason the manufacturer decides to raise prices. I mean, that would have to deal with like maybe tariffs or the source for the raw materials. I don't foresee that happening, but then again, I'm new to this, so I don't know. But anyways, you're good. By the time you start, it's still going to be the same. So as far as Dr. Ron's, I just want to say, look, I used to recommend Dr. Ron's formula, but as of now, and doing some research on how it actually does affect us when we do take it, even though it's a really great product and a pretty good formula, I would say it's best for women who are just trying to strengthen their fertility. You don't need dire amounts of bovine ovarian tissue extract, but in our case, since we're trying to feminize as well as take care of some fertility issues, we need a higher milligram of bovine ovarian tissue per capsule. That's just a fact. And what I noticed with his dominating ingredient is, unfortunately, it's liver. And I only say that because with the research and talking to women who've taken it, because see, I haven't taken it before, the liver extract is actually a testosterone booster. So it's no secret why some women don't find that they get the real results that they're looking for taking Dr. Ron's formula. It may help their cycles come back, but as far as the needed feminization effects, it just ups the testosterone, and it's just too much liver in that formula. So it's more of a liver supplement than it is an ovarian supplement. So I no longer recommend it, and this took me a couple years to figure out. So it's actually a good thing that they don't have it in stock so that you didn't buy it. I don't know why it ups testosterone, but it does. But anyways, I understand why they put the liver extract in the formula. It's to help convert your cholesterol and help, strengthen and tonify that organ so that it can do its job and help you convert your hormones, your T4 into T3, and God knows what else the liver is responsible for doing. And so I understand why they put it in the formula, but for what we're trying to do, I no longer recommend it. But anyways, yes, if you can catch a sale with Bountiful Breasts, fine, but they're still kind of expensive. It's still a great product, and if you really want to try the BO, if you haven't tried it, the liquid form from me, which I don't remember because I know we've corresponded throughout like the course of a year and a half. So I don't know if you were purchasing anything from me as far as the tonic goes, or if you were just asking me some questions, some advice for stuff. But yeah, if you haven't tried it yet, which I don't think you have because you were going through this mold thing, so that kind of prevented you from doing it. But anyways, give the tonic a shot. It's very much still available. Just so you ladies know, I made the biggest, huge last batch on earth, and so if you're worried about not getting enough for your program, don't worry about it. I have plenty right now. It's just the last of it. So, hit me up. Hey, how much do you have? Hey, I'm looking, getting everything within the next 6 months. You think you'll have some? I can definitely tell you what I think. Whether you need to get it all very soon or you need not to worry and just pay as you go, get what you can afford. And that's that. So it's well aged. It's like 6 months aged, and it's ready to go. So, anyways, I believe I mentioned in a past message that my mom and I are working toward moving out of our home that has the mold issues. As soon as we're relocated to a new house, I'm going to do a mold detox and hopefully begin a BO program using your supplement. Well, that's awesome. And hopefully you don't have to experience what I experienced, which was cleansing most of it out. And I only say that because I'm pretty sure I still had some by the time I went to the Bay Area and got re-exposed, because the phlegm problem was for the most part taken care of, but I still felt like my body was so sensitive in recognizing mold. Once you've had mold in your body, you're so sensitive. You are so sensitive to the next time that you're exposed to it, and you can't stand it. And that was pretty much me. And I got re-exposed to mold. I couldn't put on weight. As you see now, like, I'm a little chunkier. My face is a lot rounder. At the same time, my thyroid's taken a dump, so I probably have a lot of mucin swelling. I have a little bit, actually, from what I can see. But anyways, just please don't get re-exposed to it. That's like the worst thing. Because when you elevate your hormones, then it's going to be, your body's going to really feel like it's under attack. For whatever reason, all the little creepy bugs and critters come out of the woodwork when we're pregnant. Our hormones are elevated, whether it's natural hormone fluxes or synthetic, crappy, environmental estrogen, progesterone mimicking type of hormones. So, and you'll know, you'll feel it. So, detox as much as you can. I'm glad you guys are getting out of that situation. One question I've got regarding my mom: a few months ago we found out she had benign ovarian tumor. I'm sorry. It was causing a lot of pain because it had begun to put severe pressure on the ovary. Ooh, I can imagine. Long story short, she had the tumor removed along with that ovary. We didn't want to have the ovary taken out, but the tumor had done a lot of damage to it. It kind of sounds like what my mom had, because they're saying that pretty much it was the same thing, a benign tumor, but then when it comes to the point where it becomes like so massive with all that pressure and it does do damage to the tissue. It's just something that got out of control, and it just keeps getting bigger, and then it just disrupts your natural organ function, and it just messes up everything. So I'm glad that you actually caught it early enough. My mom's was the size of a grapefruit, they said, when they took it out, because they literally and luckily your mom was able to salvage the one ovary that she has left. Hopefully they didn't take out any lymph nodes, because they like to take out the lymph nodes. So on that side, whatever side she had it taken out, if they've taken out the lymph node, that could be a problem, because it can return, and then you don't even have a lymph node to protect whatever is in that area. So hopefully she kept her lymph nodes. With my mom, they took everything out. Yeah, both ovaries, and I honestly, okay, they left the lymph nodes alone, but she had to really fight for it. She had to fight tooth and nail with these stupid doctors. She had to fight for it. And I only say that because they're so close-minded as far as the protocol that they recommend. It's like you really have no choice. So anyway, they took it out through the canal, the vaginal canal, and they pretty much told her that there would be a chance that it could come back, that free-floating cancer cells can latch onto the vaginal wall, you know, because it's going to be in the wash. Like when they take it out and they put it in the wash and they examine it or take it, you know, to the lab or whatever, when they take it out, you're just always going to have that chance of particles, residue, you know, these little cancer cells that just latch on. And it comes back, and they say it so matter-of-factly because it's so common, and they try to do the best that they can in removing it. And in my mom's case, within like the 3 to 4 months, like her first checkup was fine, but then her second checkup, they actually found that there was a lesion on her vaginal wall, and he took it out. He did the biopsy. Took it to the lab again, and sure enough, it came back. It was cancer, and it was growing. So my mom still said no to chemo. She still said no to radiation. She wanted to do like the pencil radiation. I guess if you're a candidate, they have a facility here in San Diego. I forgot what it's called because it's proton therapy, but it's like the safest proton therapy of today. And what they were recommending my mom was like so old school, like from the 80s. It's, you know, you're pretty much killing all your good cells around the bad cells and killing the bad cells as well. So being that my mom's the age that she is, she did not feel confident in going through with what they were recommending, and I had to stand by her with that 100%, and I think I would have done the same thing. So I took my ozone machine. It's just a little ozone, I want to call it the ozonator. It's on Amazon. But I had a video like a little while ago talking about the mold, and I think I was telling you about the ozone. So I had this weird dream, and it was so clear and strange. It was very vision-like that I woke up and I just grabbed my ozonator and I said, Mom, we're going to get you some tubes and you're going to do like a vaginal insufflation. You're going to do that. You're going to gas that area, and I really believe this is going to help you. And then all of a sudden I woke up. So it was like subconsciously, like I was thinking out of my body, I guess. And it was just so like, remember this, wake up now. And that's what I did. And I'm pretty sure, you know, it's going to come back. I'm pretty sure it's going to come back because it always does. It's what we've been finding out in research. It's always going to come back at some point. It's always going to be in your body. And yeah, 90%, I feel like she's in that 90% category with her age and everything and how late of a stage. But with your mom, she might be fine because she caught it early, which is great. But in my mom's situation, I'm not going to be surprised if it comes back. But if I can buy her 10 years, even 5 years, I'm going to be so grateful if this ozone can help her, which I really believe it can, because there's no other treatment that can really get in there. They wanted to give her this little magnetic radiated pill that's like old school technology, I think from the early 21st century, I think. No. And it's going to like burn a hole, and then there goes the good tissue, and she's going to feel pain and all that. So anyway, she's been doing that, and then she's been doing a lot of like vitamin C IVs. She's gone completely alternative. She has lost a lot of weight, and because she's changed her diet as well, and she feels okay at the moment. But anyways, you got to try all sorts of things and just keep researching it. So it says she's using a bit of PC cream. Okay, that's progesterone. Okay, so she's estrogen dominant. Yeah, it sounds like the same stuff that they diagnosed my mom. And you know what's funny? They won't tell you what exactly is the cancer. They just say it's an overgrowth that's generally caused by an estrogen dominance. But I think it's in shitty environmental toxins. The plastics, the phthalates, the you name it, the ABS, all that stuff. And we get an overabundance of it, and we just simply like we're low progesterone anyway. So if I were you, I'd say try a compounded form of progesterone, bioidentical. I would look into a doctor that has bioidentical lab compounded progesterone that she can absorb through her skin. One of them I know is prometrium, and that's what they give pregnant women so that they don't lose their their babies early on, because those first 3 months are like really crucial. So they give them a bioidentical uh, progesterone that the body can really absorb. And because the over-the-counter stuff can only really do so much. Once they fill up the receptors and kind of go in through the skin tissue, you're going to really need something that's going to get that estrogen dominance. And she's got to cleanse out her cells of the shitty estrogen. So I would, yeah, chelating, doing like DIM, it's DIM, supplements, you know, whatever you can to cleanse those receptors, whatever birth control she may have been on in the past, whatever she's shampooing, washing her body with, whatever she's eating out of, if she's eating out of plastics, microwaving in plastic, saran wrap, you name it, styrofoam, get rid of all that. That is the problem. As far as most ovarian cyst tumors are caused by estrogen dominance, okay, I also wonder if the moldy environment could have contributed to the growth of the cyst. I really honestly feel like it always makes things worse, because it's making your body even fight harder, and it's like a huge burden. Mold is in the lungs as well as in the blood. It's in everything. Mold is like the worst. It's like a nasty fungus, and it invades your body in every way possible, to almost to where you can't even get it out of your body completely if you've been exposed to the worst kind of mold for a long period of time. So yeah, her body's like trying to fight, and she couldn't fight it as well. She couldn't fight the tumor to get it under control. She couldn't, prevent it from growing. The mold always screws with your immune function and will make everything worse. Okay, so you didn't have the black mold. That's good. It's just the aspergillus type of stuff, which can be very overwhelming and a burden on the body as well. She might have very much a sensitivity, an allergy. Maybe all of a sudden you guys have an allergy to, I don't know, certain types of I don't want to say penicillin, because I'm not really sure what penicillin is made from, but those types of antibiotics. You might be really sensitive to antibiotics as opposed to whatever your tolerance was before. But anyways, would BO be beneficial for someone like your mom, even though she has one ovary? Even if you have one ovary, you can definitely take something like BO. It's rich in iodine. But in her case, since the doctors never really say what kind of estrogen dominance, what kind of environmental toxins, or just regular estrogen, healthy E1, E2, E3 has caused this overgrowth, this tumor, I cannot say that she can take it. I would not feel confident in saying she's in the clear, go ahead and take the BO. I couldn't, because like I said, the research shows when you elevate your hormones, and even the natural good hormones, it just brings all the critters out from the woodwork. And if your body's not strong enough to fight these things, these viruses, latent viruses and funguses and just whatever little bugs that are in your body, then there's no way that this is going to be good for her. So in healthy individuals with one ovary, absolutely she would benefit from it. But yeah, estrogen dominance. I wouldn't feel confident in putting my mom on it, so I would say no. But it's so weird, because since it's so rich in iodine, I found out, even though with me having Hashimoto's and going through everything that I was going through and doing this program, elevating my hormones, they were very high. Well, they were much higher, so that kind of was a burden on my body, I would have imagined. But since I was eating really well and cleaning out my system as much as I could, I felt like my body was able to handle it. My T3 and 4 conversion was a lot better. Everything seemed to sort of come back from the shitty state that it was. And it's not really the same now, because I've just been, living the van life and not paying attention to my body and what I need. So 7 years later, complete overhaul, different cells in my body, I'm not in a good state. I wouldn't feel confident. And especially after the stupid mold, the second mold exposure, I would not feel confident in doing my a BO program like what I've done. I feel like elevated hormones at this time, like in my stage right now, my health state, it would probably cause a lot of havoc, and I'd probably go into a really bad Hashimoto's fight, because I'm already autoimmune. Things would be worse. So make sure your mom's in the best state that she's in if she really wants to consider taking something like this. I think they say it's like, 5 years to be in the clear from your tumor growths. And then constantly getting routinely tested. I would talk to a physician. I would talk to a naturopath, an MD/ND, so that way they've got both backgrounds, and endocrinology, anyone who can, anyone who does the whole bioidentical hormone path. I would talk to those people about this kind of a supplement to see what they would recommend. And I hope that brings some kind of clarity, because we're going through it right now. And since my mom doesn't have any ovaries, at least she has her lymph nodes. She has to take a thyroid tincture. She has to take some form of progesterone through the skin, and that's it. That's all we can do. Ovaries don't function, but we need to pick up the other stuff, make sure her adrenals, pituitary are working, and making sure that she gets really good essential fatty acids and a decent diet. So anyways, nice to see your emails again, and good luck with everything. I hope your mom makes a completely full recovery. All right, ladies, till next time, toodles.